If you talk to any student athlete who's walked the campus at Chicago State University in the past few years, they all have the same story. They all remember meeting Sports Information Director Corey Miggins.
It's funny because everyone said Corey was the first person I met when I came to Chicago State. You know, he's the one that everyone remembers because he does have such a pivotal role in the athletic department, you know, and he really knew every single student athlete.
Megan Clavitter is a senior volleyball player for the Cougars.
He had the best attitude, seriously. He was like, everyone said that he was probably the most positive person in the athletic administration office because he was just like so gung-ho for Chicago State. Like that is his school.
Good job, done is set, baby.
Megan's coach is Brandon Reeves, who quickly became great friends with his sports information director.
I met Corey my first day at work. Corey came to me and said, "Welcome to Chicago State. Anything I can help you do, I'm here for you." And that's how I met Corey with a smile on his face.
Hello, Cougar fans. How's it going? This is Corey Miggins, Sports Information Director for Chicago State University Athletics.
Anyone who knew Corey liked Corey, especially his colleagues, like Hope Schuler, the WAC's Associate Commissioner for Media Services.
I would say Corey was definitely a lot different than most SIDs. He was want to call you on the phone, which that doesn't happen so much anymore, and he always called me ma'am, and where I said, "You don't need to," or Miss Schuler, and I was like, "You definitely don't need to call me Miss Schuler, Corey, you can just call me Hope."
Last September, Corey celebrated his 40th birthday. He posted, "New beginning, new chapter." On January 1st, he wished everyone a Happy New Year. Less than a week later, he passed away.
I had gotten a text from Brandon Reeves, their volleyball coach, just saying, "I don't know if you saw the news, but Corey passed away." And I was just completely floored and in shock.
Corey died suddenly and unexpectedly from a heart condition.
We end up having a memorial service for Corey where all the student athletes, coaches, administration, staff, faculty, everyone had to attend. And, you know, each of the student athletes got to go up and speak about, you know, Corey's role in each of our teams. And it was really awesome to hear, you know, how he really impacted the lives of every student athlete.
He is survived by his wife Alberta and stepson Malik Price. The Chicago State campus and sports information community were in mourning, but there was still work that needed to be done.
I think for me, right away, I went into like crisis communications mode where it's tragic and horrible, and I'm personally touched by it, but I also know that they have things that they're going to have to get done and take care of.
Corey was what they call in the sports information world a one-man shop, meaning he didn't have any assistants. He did the work that sometimes 3 or 4 people do by himself.
You don't know how valuable a person is till you lose them. And we didn't know what all Corey did until we didn't have anybody in that role. And then you start saying, "Hey, who did this? Who did this?" And now we just get to a point where we say, "Corey normally do this, Corey normally do this."
With volleyball season over, Clavitter had signed up to be Corey's student assistant in the second semester.
I knew that the athletic department, you know, they weren't going to be able to get somebody and hire somebody in right away. And like I'm okay with social media, and I write pretty well. So I was like, you know what, like I'll take this opportunity. Like I'm still going to try to help, you know, any way that I can. That's always been my goal, is to help any way that I can.
So Megan took over many of Corey's office duties, like updating social media and the Chicago State Athletics website.
Taught myself how to do it, and then just kind of like took the resources that we had left over from like Corey's computer and, you know, everything that he was working on.
Meanwhile, there was still the issue of how to get all those games covered. Schuler contacted some folks she used to work with.
I had worked in Chicago to start my career, so I had a lot of contacts in the area, and I figured if nothing else, we need to start reaching out to people to get their statistics covered.
Dozens of SIDs from the Chicago area and the WAC pitched in to help cover the remaining games for Chicago State.
First of all, I'd like to thank Hope. Hope was like, "Brandon, I know you can't do this by yourself. Let me get some help." He got me a list of probably about 20-some people that can help us out during the season. And believe it or not, we was able to fill every gap for basketball and baseball season. And that was truly amazing.
While statistics at Chicago State were being covered, it was soon time for the WAC basketball tournament in Las Vegas. Schuler made sure there was still a spot on press row for Corey.
We framed his photo, just a really great photo of him with it that showed his smile, and made an honorary seat for him.
Now it's more than 9 months after his passing, and Corey is still very much in everyone's thoughts at Chicago State.
We playing this season for him. We wearing our pin inside our jersey the whole year, just to, say, hey, Corey, we still remember you, and we doing this for you.
It not only puts things into perspective for each student athlete, as in any day could be your last day, so live it to the fullest, but also, puts in perspective losing somebody that's so important in the sports world and so important to our staff and everything in running a program, how much our administration really does for us. And I think that that's kind of what we took from it.
For the WAC Digital Network, I'm Eric Danner.